Blue Sentai Rangers share the same core personalities. Serious, caring, the ones that plan ahead. They're the opposite of most Red Rangers. Sometimes this makes them overshadowed by the rest of the team. Most would rather watch Doc act stupid with his guns than see the calm, very little talking Joe in Gokaiger. I relate mostly to the Blue Rangers. If I was a part of this universe, I'd definitely be a Blue Ranger myself.
Go Blue!
Go-Go 5 is probably the only team that has both red and blue share the responsibilities of protecting everyone. Nagare's position is mainly looking out for his younger brothers and sister. In some ways, he has a harder time doing his job. Matoi can focus on fighting the monster of the week and rally the team together. Nagare has to first get everyone to not complain about having a bad day or getting hurt to enable that. This happened because their mother died and father disappeared for many years, so they had to fill the roles in. He's always gotten blamed when the younger ones screw up. I think this is why he treats everything very seriously. He understands how something can go wrong in all kinds of directions. Nagare loves to build a plan up to perfection, to always have 8 different outs, just in case if something goes wrong.
Abare Blue!
This character was great. Most Rangers love to be altruistic, honorable, do the right thing. Yukito only cares about the paycheck. That's his motivation. If he's promised money, he's gonna do it. But he's not gonna lie. If he's offered money but he knows his skill can't do the job, he's not doing it. Yukito has a huge ego, but doesn't let it cloud his judgment. He does have a chip on his shoulder though. In the past, he was brought up to be the replacement president of his father's company. This is how he learned to show no emotions and do the best at his job. His father didn't treat him as a kid, mainly as an object, so he wasn't allowed to do anything else. In return, Yukito ended up being a chiropractor out of spite. He doesn't treat people horribly, never really looks down at anyone, fully honest with his intentions. He'll never admit to it, but he has a heart, which was brought forward when he joined the team. This is a man you can trust with your life.
Mega Blue!
Shun was the foil of Kenta. They're the complete opposite of each other. He takes life seriously, he doesn't talk much about himself, possibly because he lost his mother at a young age, while Kenta is all over the place, from food to saying what's on his mind. They didn't like each other at the beginning. The way they handle a situation is totally different, but Kenta protected Shun when monsters invaded the school because he knew that his computer work was his life, so he wanted to protect it just as much as his own. It opened up Shun to who Kenta is. He is annoying and can mess up, but who doesn't? Kenta becomes a little bit less insane, while Shun opened up more and trusted his friends.
Blue Buster!
Ryuji is the main support of the Go Busters team. He connects the organization to the Rangers. The Go Busters were created from the horrible incident that happened over 10 years ago with their parents. Ryuji, being the oldest, felt very responsible for the team to help them get through their losses. He just wanted to be a designer to help people out, not be a part of a team that has to stop physical computer viruses nuking cities with Enetron. He has the hardest job out of the group. Has to answer and explain to the organization when they screw up, reel in Hiromu when he decides to go AWOL. The only one that understands how Yoko feels. This causes the constant feedback into his super strength ability. He needs to get angry to use it, but too much, and he turns into Red Kryptonite Superman. I hate it when people take advantage of his weakness. He always has to be cool or risk turning into the enemy. Enter being the best at exploiting him.
Boken Blue!
You want an example of a buried character in Super Sentai? Shota's your main man. It's a shame. He did get some really interesting episodes. One of the weirdest ones with that cat that turned into a girl. Plus the confusing relationship with Shizuka. Can you even call that a relationship? Yes, you can say he's obsessed with women, but he has high respect for them and never endangers a team for a woman. He was a character I'd like to know more about. We know he's a spy and likes to play music, but not much else. Everyone else got more focus episodes than Boken Blue. Bokenger was almost perfect. It was great that he was able to convince Shizuka to give up on the Dark Shadow clan, let Yaiba go insane alone. He was able to see that little bit of goodness in her. She did take advantages, which cost him a few things. This gave Shouta some failures. He's not perfect. I say if he was able to get 4 more focus episodes, he would have been on par with the rest of the team. I'm glad he stuck around when Akashi and Sakura left. I see him becoming Boken Red in the future.
Hurricane Blue!
I have huge respect for Nanami and Hurricaneger. While the rest of the characters had to abandon their civilian jobs to focus on training and fighting Gekiranger forces, she kept going for her dream of being a singer. There was so much stuff she had to deal with. Singing in front of crummy stores, barely getting noticed, getting a crappy publicist that took advantage of her talent, leaving half the time during huge, important chances, but she's always arrived on time to help out. In some cases, had to operate Senpujin alone while the guys were stuck fighting someone else. Nanami had great episodes with Fubijo and Wendy New. They hated each other. Nanami tried to work with them once. All that bonding was just a ruse to kill her. It was great to see that she finally became a singer in the end of all this nonsense. And it's a plot point that continues on whenever she appears in specials or anniversary episodes. And she had to fight through a horde of fans just to get her attention in the 30th anniversary. I still think she misses being a ninja more than any other job.
Gokaiger Blue.
As I said before, Joe doesn't talk much on Gokaiger. He's very stoic and plain. It doesn't make many happy moments in the series, but his backstory is one of those, dang, his life is pretty messed up. He originally was the bad guy. He joined the Zanyaku army, but on his first mission, he was ordered to kill kids. He didn't follow those orders, so he got thrown in jail, and his friend died saving him. All to find out later he was turned into a robot, forced to obey the army and fight Joe. So he's forced to hurt his friend again, all while he can't do nothing to save him. Joe, of course, bottles these emotions up. For the first half of the season, he had to struggle to find the will to kill his friend. He's betraying him in one way, but another he's saving his life. How would you feel if you were in Joe's shoes? Could you kill someone you knew that turned evil? I also want to bring up one thing. Super Sentai beat Power Rangers in naming a character Joe. That's stupid.
Go on, Blue.
Ren and Ryuji are almost the same type of character. I always enjoyed these archetypes, the ones who want to protect friendships and bonds the characters have with each other. Ren had a harder job than Ryuji. You have the most dare-defying Red Ranger on your team, 4 people that join later, 2 of which are pretty much jerks for 10 episodes. He maintains the equipment, keeps track of all the monsters so he can learn how they tick, where the weaknesses form. He fills in so many roles: counselor, friend, mechanic, cook, and mother figure. He was a more open character while Ryuji kept a lot to himself. Ren stood up to all different kinds of weird situations, comforted the ancient engines when Souta temporarily died, even created some special engine cells to power up the vehicles. I think he was the most responsible in getting the Go-On Wings to join the team. Frankly, everyone else just acted like idiots. Ren gave them a direction.
Geki Blue.
Now, Retsu isn't your normal Blue Ranger. He's intelligent and knows his martial arts skills well. He just doesn't care about anyone else in the beginning. If something was going on in your life, it didn't matter to him. He'd just let you go if you interfered with his training. Retsu also has a lot more faults than most Sentai characters. He's very vain, which is one of his major weaknesses. Monsters have taken advantage of this. Gekiranger in general had characters that had some sort of issue, besides Jan. Retsu being the most difficult. It was fun seeing Master Shafu and Master Batley change him for the better. He had to let go of his vanity in order to unlock Super Geki Blue. Shafu and Jan opened him up to caring, still pursue his hobby of painting, and to forgive his brother after he nearly got consumed by evil powers taking over his body. They had to become this perfect triangle of the Juken style. Gekiranger was a tough internal journey for Retsu.
Time Blue.
My number one pick has to be Time Blue. While Time Force used nearly all the elements from Time Ranger, there was one thing they didn't do. ISA had a fatal disease. He was gonna die within 1 year. He told no one, but Tetsuya found out anyway. The sole reason why he joined the Time Ranger team was because he didn't care about his life anymore. He'd rather die in a fight than a stupid disease. He took huge risks every time they were in battle. What could you do for a person like this? He's pretty much gave up on his life. To me, ISA was depressing to watch, but you couldn't turn away from him. Over time, Tetsuya slowly helped him understand not to give up, at the same time respected his wishes and didn't say anything. It must have been confusing to Time Red, but they pushed on. ISA helped Domon fall in love with a girl, eventually realizing he had a lot to live for. Thanks to him not giving up on Tetsuya, they changed history enough so that a cure was found to save his life. When you look at the roles of each Ranger provides, I would say the Blue Ranger is more in the middle of the road. Strict but impulsive at times, fatherly, and some motherly figures to look up to. I say if you want to get romantically involved, it's the best bet for you to become a Blue Ranger. What are your thoughts on Blue Rangers or my choices? Who are your favorites? And if you have a suggestion on a future topic you'd like me to cover, leave a comment down below. Next week, I'll be moving on to Pink Rangers.